I love keeping all my students on the same history time period. It simplifies my planning and encourages great family discussions. Today, I'm going to share some great books that will guide your whole family through the time in history that we call early modern, about 1550 through 1850. Let's dive in. Welcome to the Simply Charlotte Mason podcast. I'm Sonia Schaefer. The early modern time period covers some exciting years when a lot was happening all around the world, including a fledgling country that we now know as the United States. I think it's important to study American history alongside the world history that was happening at the same time. It's important for our students to realize that what happened in America did not happen in a vacuum. A lot of the events in American history are related to events in other countries. So studying American history in context just makes sense. And it's the same for whatever country you live in. Studying your country's history in the context of world history helps your students to keep a global mindset. We don't want our children to grow up with tunnel vision, thinking only about their immediate community's concerns. We want them to consider the bigger picture as well, and teaching your country's history alongside the world history of the same time period can contribute to that wider perspective. In our 4-year history curriculum, A Pageant of History, we do just that. Your students will study both American history and world history in the early modern and modern times courses, because that's when American history was happening in the world. The books I'm sharing with you today are the spine books for a study of early modern history. They give the order and the structure to the study. And then you can add other books for individual students that branch off and follow related people and events. I'll share those books in future episodes. This one will focus on the spine books that you read aloud to your whole family. First is America, Our Stories by Lorene Lambert. You'll notice that this is Volume 1 of a 2-book series on American history. Volume 2 will be used during the Modern Times study. This volume covers First Peoples through 1812. Lorene Lambert is a wonderful author who writes in a narrative style that makes the people and events in history come alive in a reader's imagination. Let me read you a sample from the chapter on Roanoke, the lost colony. Sir Walter Raleigh had a problem. He was a dashing English gentleman, a poet, a soldier, a spy, an explorer, and occasionally a pirate. He was also a great favorite of the English Queen, Elizabeth I, and her affection for him was the source of his problem. The Queen, you see, had in the year 1584 granted a charter to Raleigh, giving him the right to plant an English colony in the New World. But the charter specified that this colony must be fully established within 6 years. Time was pressing, and Raleigh needed to make a beginning. Unfortunately, the Queen had forbidden him to leave her side. Are you curious? Do you want to keep reading and find out what Raleigh did to solve the problem? This kind of writing is called living because it quickens your emotions and comes alive in your imagination. So you'll read a chapter or part of a chapter and then pause and ask your students to narrate, to tell back what they remember about what was read. This narration exercise is what helps them cement those events in their minds and make that knowledge their own. Our curriculum helps you with this by offering 3 different narration prompts for each chapter. You can choose which one you want to use with each student. The lessons also give you pause points, suggesting good stopping places in the chapter in case you want to break it into smaller portions. And each pause point has a simple narration prompt that you can use for that section. You can stop at each suggested pause point, or you can combine 2 or 3 of them into a little longer portion, working your way up to the full chapter as your students are ready. America Our Stories is just that, the stories of American history. In Volume 1, your students will learn how America was discovered and initially mistaken for another continent. They will get to know the native peoples who lived in America before the colonists arrived, and discover the fascinating stories and people behind the founding of the American colonies. They'll find out how the United States of America won its freedom and became a nation. Photographs and reproductions of historical paintings are included to help your students visualize what they're reading about. Many of these fascinating pictures are also provided in the corresponding curriculum lessons of A Pageant of History, Early Modern, as full-size color prints. And the same is true for the other family spine book for early modern history, Our Neighbors, Their Stories, Volume 1, by Lorene Lambert. This living narrative tells the stories from world history over the same time period as America Our Stories, Volume 1. In Our Neighbors, Their Stories, your students will discover how Magellan found a route to sail around the world. They'll get to know the people of Africa, Asia, Australia, Europe, and South America. They'll find out how the Industrial Revolution set the stage for our modern era. And they will learn about scientists and their exciting discoveries that still shape our world today. Both books are written for all ages to enjoy together, in a style that is accessible for younger children while including plenty of details for older students. The curriculum lessons in A Pageant of History, Early Modern will give you a reading schedule, pause points, and narration prompts for both wonderful books. The lessons also schedule many great books for your elementary, middle school, and high school students to enjoy alongside these two spine books. I'll share those titles in future episodes. If you want a sneak peek, you can always check out our book lists at the link in the description. You'll find some old favorites and some exciting newer titles. I'll also leave a link to A Pageant of History curriculum for you. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.